Welcome to the Featured Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Jack.
And I'm Rick.
And today we're going to be talking about By the Grace of Gods, Season 2, which was a recommendation by Jib. Thank you for the recommendation, Jib. Very much appreciated.
Agreed.
Right. But before that, we were honestly talking a bunch of shenanigans, diving a little bit into some of first season to kind of help prep us mentally for season 2 and our discussion for today. And if you want to gain, if you want to hear part of that conversation or anything else, you could go to patreon.com/featured anime podcast. $1 a month will get you access to that bonus content. And of course, you can always go to Twitch and follow us on there and check us out whenever we live stream. It is always very much appreciated. And then, of course, if you want to help support us, help us grow through other means, you can always go use our affiliate links for Crunchyroll. In the show notes, you get yourself a discount off their store, get yourself some free trial to watch some great anime. And then, of course, let's not forget about Tokyo Treat. Tokyo Treat's delicious. It's always good. And trust me, the food is worth it. I enjoy it every single month. And then if you use coupon code along with our affiliate link, coupon code Featured Anime, you get $5 off that very first box. And trust me, it is worth it. And of course, then there's always our store at shop.featuredanimepodcast.com. Go there, buy yourself some swanky swag, help us out, help us grow like that. And now on to the meat and potatoes. By the Grace of God, Season 2 was produced by Aniplex, Kodokawa, The Clockworks, just to name a couple of them, Studio Florida's Maho Film. It aired from January 2023 through March 2023. Genres for it are fantasy, isekai, slice of life. It's based off of a light novel. It's 12 episodes long. Now, Season 2 continues right where Season 1 left off. It's pretty... in so many words, it's a calm, very laid back show or journey that follows Ryoma as he takes his steps in season 2. Anyways, he's taking the steps after having established a laundry shop in season 1. He now sets off to go ahead and set up a secondary shop and then venture off into other aspects as well. And then at the exact same time, remember that he needs to go to a particular forest where he gathers some artifacts or relics that are left there for him that the gods have asked him to go and pick up. It's his journey in so many words, kind of moving along through this. So rather than focusing on epic battles and world-ending threats, the season's more along the line of him growing his business, growing himself, being both emotionally and mentally, and then at the exact same time, just taking a low stakes approach to everything in life.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I could really add to that would be in this season, he kind of regresses in mentality, which is good, I think. Like
they talked about him doing that in the first season where he was going through an infantile regression, and they just kind of built on that little bit more in season 2. So in season 1, when he was first trying to get it off the ground, Mr. Sergei, who was the main merchant in season 1, he still is very much prominent in this one. But he says, hey, you kind of, while you hide your emotions and everything better than most people your age, anyone who's older and is a weathered merchant, they'll be able to see right through you pretty quickly. So rely on me for these types of things. And then he goes and prays at the temple, and the god's like, yeah, you're going through an infantile regression. And so a lot of your your physical body is affecting your mentality because he is a kid. He's treated as a kid. He's looked at as a kid. He has the youth and everything else as a kid, even though he has the memories of his former life.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess the way that I could, I can talk, I promise. The way that I was surprised by it was he liked, it's not that he liked to play around more, but they showed him, while incredibly responsible, still having missed cues on, oh, rules for thee but not for me aren't really a thing. Like, I'm telling you guys to take a break, and I guess I should too, kind of thing. So does that make sense?
I mean, for him, I mean that's not necessarily a mental regression or anything like that. So that's in my mind, just in general. It's like we have a new guy at my work, and we're all telling him, "It's like, yeah, go ahead, go take a break, go on a break." None of us are taking breaks. None of us are doing that. We're working through lunches. We're doing this and that. It has nothing to do with the mentality. Has with him being a regression.
A new guy. Okay. What about pulling all-nighters and not feeling any negative repercussions?
That just
I
would
could
have
do that as a kid.
that's not a regression. That has everything to do with him being younger physically.
Oh. Well, I was going to say, I used to be able to hold interests far harder than I do now. Like, I lose interest in things unless they're like rock solid and I need them. Whereas he's researching slimes and different kinds of slimes, and it's all new and it's all cool, which is essentially the premise of the show.
Right. And he also met people who are older that are also researchers that are also fascinated by slimes and have dedicated their lives to it and are taking the approach for it as well.
All right. Well, let me flip the question back to you then, or onto you, I should say. Other than being able to be easy to read, what infantile regressions did you notice? Because all the ones that I'm saying, you're chalking up to just.
Well, it's not that I'm chalking them up. I am pointing out like other people doing it. So
yeah,
I'm talking about
regression, like you're saying.
So infantile regression would be him. Oh, let's roll a ball back and forth because that's fun, and we're both preteens. Oh, let's go ahead and play this fun little game with each other and enjoy our time. Oh, ha, ha, this is fun. Let's go frolic around. Ha, 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 ha. I don't know anyone that's an adult that frolics around or sits there and just like rolls a ball back and forth. It's just like it finds that terribly. It is. But you're talking about infantile regression. That's the only use cases those are the only use cases that I can see where that is a thing. In terms of him kind of showing an infantile regression in season 2, other than the fact that he is kind of leaving the more business talks, which he is not very accustomed to anyways, to Mr. Sergey, and he goes off to play with a kid. That would be the only thing. That would be the closest thing, right? But he was kind of roped into it. It's not something he actively sought out.
Yeah. Okay.
The not being overly hyped for the vehicles, right? You could say that is a form of infantile regression because, but that everyone has their perks. I mean, like I'm an adult and I'm not gonna immediately run to that if that's not my interest, So.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and it makes perfect sense. But I guess my I don't have anything else that would indicate a continuance of infantile regression, because other than playing back and forth and frolicking and stuff like that, which happened in season 1, it really didn't happen in season 2. He seemed very responsible. He seemed forward moving. He seemed very adult, for lack of a better way to put it. Except when it came to his slimes, where he ends up just going head over heels, trying to figure stuff out, trying to see other stuff, and yeah, just doing more of the stuff that I appreciated for this anime.
Yeah. So in general for season 2, especially for season 2, I mean, majority of the people don't really, aside from a couple of random instances, it never treats him as they don't emotionally, mentally, or behaviorally regress him. Like in any way that I know of that I've seen for season 2, they don't regress him in any aspect. If anything, they go through the entire show reinforcing and pushing forward with that mental, with that very adult mindset that everyone talks about him having, and everyone comments on. I will tell
Okay.
you this, because we talked a little bit about it in season in the pre-show. I said I wasn't going to get into it, right? About him being like a master nun and everything like that,
Yep.
and how he's overpowered and whatnot. Like the dude is just bleeding money making ideas to everyone. Bleeding.
Yeah.
He could have stores, he could have restaurants, he can have all kinds of stuff. The dude is just straight up bleeding that kind of stuff. It is crazy. He could have
And
the
he
slime.
decides to have a laundry service.
He has a laundry service that he openly like shares all this information for and everything like that. It's like, totally, bro, you can totally take all this extra stuff. Totally, you can do this. Totally, you can do that. Just like take this and go. It's like, bro, you're basically setting it up so you don't have a monopoly on anything. And then at the exact same time, you're going, yeah, totally take this idea. I don't care. You can use that, bro. Them slimes would be locked up in a dark room. No one's allowed in there. Bags of clothes get dropped in. Bags of clothes get dropped out, tossed out. Ain't no one in there. You just 2 clerks. That's it. That's all you get. Ain't no one allowed in there.
Well, see, here's my thought process. He can make a king slime, right?
Yeah. He can make a king slime. He can make
it was 1,000 regular slimes, I think it was.
Yeah, it's like a 100, then 100, then 1,000.
Yeah. So here's my thought process on it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got the cleaner slimes, and they only eat grime and muck and like sweat and soot, right? So if you're dirty, you can have them clean you essentially, right?
Yeah.
What's stopping him from creating a service that it's like a car wash, but for people, where you pay him, a shilling or two, whatever the currency is, and you dive into this pool from one end and you climb out the other end. You're still dry, but you're sparkly clean.
Nothing, because actually in season 1 he capitalized on that. He had people come in and sit down, and they cleaned while they were sitting there. But it wasn't king. No, it wasn't a king. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if it affects people, like skin.
Well, no, because he said it doesn't eat skin or meat or anything like that. Because he put his hand in one of them, and they're like, "See, it's safe." They're like, "Oh my goodness, no, it's safe. It doesn't eat meat or anything unless I tell it to."
Right?
And
no, what I'm saying,
clean. No,
you're saying like clean people. What I'm saying is, I don't think it cleans people. It only cleans the inanimate objects, unless he actively tells it to. And then at that point, at what point is it too much for people? Like, at what point do you pass the threshold of clean to eating that first layer of skin?
I got you. That's a good, yeah. Because
he also uses it as the helmet in case, for his eyes,
so
and
he can see through it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so if it's gentle enough that you can see through it, I didn't understand why he put it on like that, and then he put a mask on. I'm like, that makes little to no sense.
Eye protection. He didn't have goggles, needed eye protection, and then he had the mask for everything else.
Okay. That'd be interesting, because like, it keeps me cool too. Wicks away sweat.
Yeah, but
keeps the sweat out of my eyes.
Yeah, but he didn't. No, again, this is like reference. Again, a lot of what we're talking about is it's referencing from season 1. Now, for this one, because there is a lot of overlapping between the two of them, because you see it again. A lot of what he does in season 1, it is reproached and redone in season 2. And so you have people making callbacks, people pointing things out. You have people that reference it, things like that.
Now, if you were to watch season 2, I highly recommend watching season 1 first, and not just first, but like within a reasonable amount of time before you start season 2. Because I started season 2, I was on season 2, episode 1, halfway in. I'm like, I don't remember anything about anything. Like, who are these people? Why are they important? The slimes, okay, I have a very minor recollection of what's going on here. And in all honesty, I rewatched season 1.
Well, I mean,
I
to be fair,
rewatched season 1.
okay,
Good.
to be fair, season 1 came out in 2020. Season 2
So it's
came
been a minute.
out. Season 2 came out 3 years later. We watched it
Yeah, so it's been a minute.
Yeah, we watched season 2 2 years after it came out, which means it's probably been close to 4 years since we've last seen season 1.
Yeah, so I really, I'd like to say I didn't have a choice. I absolutely did have a choice, but I
It
chose
helped.
to watch season 1 again.
Yeah, it helped.
Honestly, it felt good. Like it left me with a good feeling. So the anime I recommend, obviously, and it didn't just maintain our protagonist as the main character. We had other minor main characters whom I assume are going to be like love interests and whatnot. And I sincerely hope there's a season 3 eventually. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Is there any material that would lend to the idea of a season 3 to your mind?
I mean, like how they ended is
They
pretty.
definitely. I was gonna say they definitely didn't leave it as an open ending and see you next time, and nothing like that. But I also didn't see like a FIN or something like that. And the storylines they have definitely project out at least another season or 2, even depending on how they run it up.
Well, season 1, I mean, it basically ended the exact same way, where
Yeah.
it ended it solidly to where they could do a second season if they wanted to, which they did. And much like
Yeah.
how season 1 ended, season 2 ended with him basically gone, hey guys, it's a pretty solid ending. It's kind of a lackadaisical type of thing, but if there was a season 3, they already have enough material out there and they already laid the foundation for them to be able to do that. By that I mean him growing his rank and going to the forest to gain the artifacts.
Yeah, they didn't touch on that either.
They touched on it a little bit. When he went to go and fight the Ents, it was said that was one of the creatures that he wanted to fight, and so he gained experience fighting it through that means. So it's the other creatures that he wants to fight, and the other creatures he wants to gain experience towards, and him to grow to be able to go out there. So it is not hard to imagine that there would be a season 3 with him growing his business, opening up a third location, and at the exact same time going to the forest, going to get the artifacts, and then leaving. Maybe even coming up with an entirely 3 new slimes or something like that in the process.
Yeah. Like they definitely came up with a few good quality slimes. Like that I wasn't expecting. Like the slime that floats. How do you even feed that? Like how you come up with that?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, like, and does the multiplication factor 8? Does that mean he now has 8 new slimes? Does that mean he can call them towards him and he can multiply it and basically have an infinite number of slimes? Could he, in effect, actually take over the world with those slimes just to block out the sun? It's like, hey,
easily.
people,
you like your food, right?
You like your food? You gotta.
I have an acid army coming your way. Surrender or prepare for death. No, like you have so many different variations that come through, and I really enjoyed the fact that they had a second evolution. That's what got me, and I was like, oh, that's neat. It's not even my final form, so to speak, where the cleaner turned into the deodorizer, and you have different forms of metal. You don't just have a metal slime, you've got an iron slime, and then I imagine that goes off to like a brass slime, this slime with that slime. Like it goes pretty nice, I'd say.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but I mean, it's highly dependent on what you want it for, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that he came up with several quality slimes makes you think how obviously they multiply and they become greater than they were, obviously. But where do the neutral slimes come from? How do you get a neutral slime to make these experiments with?
feed them everything and don't specialize in any particular thing. And then they eventually just copulate and reproduce.
No, I get that. Well, I don't copulate. I think they just split.
I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. That's how you get neutral ones. They don't just split. They meet up another. They meet another.
How disappointing would that be? You've got a super rare and a super rare, and they combine to make a neutral.
Yep. There you go. That's it. That's how you do it, man. They have those. The other thing that they don't talk about, or that they talked about in this one, was he taught his slimes how to use tools and weapons and everything else. And in the second city, when the merchant guild master out there walks into the shop, says, "Well, that's new. What the heck is going on here? Why are slimes learning tools? Why would you even teach slimes to use tools at that point?
Why not?"
And here's another question that I have for you. Okay. What if he dies, right? And what happens to all those slimes?
They get massacred.
But they can fight using weapons now. I don't think they get massacred.
I still think they get massacred, because if you looked at it,
they get and there are king slimes, so they can be king slimes that fight with weapons.
But king slime is just but a king slime is just 1,000 slimes like fully together. One good explosion from Megamine, and you're done.
Yeah, but Megamine's not there to partake in this
you can't
battle.
Tell me that.
I can.
If our main character, if our protagonist dies, Megamine's still in there. Like,
nope.
You can't say, "Oh, what if?" But I'm like, no, this is it.
No,
nope. Remember, it's a world that they go to. So Megamine, 100%. That's what I'm going with. Megamine would come in and just wipe the floor with everybody, and there's very little you can do to tell me otherwise, believably at least.
Different gods in the worlds, different set of rules. There is no overarching demon lord. There is no threat of global. You do know, because that is exactly what is told to him by the gods on that world.
He's just in a peaceful era right now. It's fine. Megamine's very old.
Megamine is non-existent because
she has the flame of eternal youth.
The only issues that would ever arise would be other people coming from his world to that world and then going mad with their power. That is the only time they have issues like that. And
sounds like Megamine.
And since they don't have any overlap, and there's generally like 100 years in between each transfer, not likely to have. Not I can say with 100% certainty that Megamine is not in the world, that it won't happen.
No.
That
Flame
you
of
are
eternal youth. She stays young forever.
Nope, because there's always demon lords. There's always problems and issues in that world where he's at, and in that world,
you don't know.
Slimes are also very horrible and hard to kill.
And didn't you not see that slimes were hard to kill here too? Did you see one slime death? I didn't.
So your argument is that
is valid.
It's hard to kill, and no matter what, that even if Megamine was there, the likelihood of it, even him winning or Megamine winning, would be like slim to none, if at all, against one slime.
I mean,
and he's got thousands of slimes, literal thousands.
Could you imagine? What's that? It's brown and it's coming towards us. Is that it's a river. It's a river of slime. It's a river of acid slime. Oh no. Just straight done. That's when you just like, you know what? Next flight out is in 2 hours and they're going to get here in 15 minutes. Well, let me crawl up with a good book because I'm dead, but I'm going to do something that I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to relax, take time off work, wait for the inevitable. Yes, it went dark, but let's be honest, like a wall of acid coming at you, you're not really going to survive all that.
No, and you're not.
If the owner is dead already, there's no controlling them. You can try to contract however many you want. No one's going to be around to be able to contract that many. So,
yeah.
And they all use weapons. Oh, that's horrifying.
Right? I mean, and to be fair, the slimes, the metal slimes would be turned into weapons. So they could turn themselves into weapons and do exactly what Ryoma did in this season, which is basically turned his slimes into throwing axes and had an endless supply of throwing axes. So you have king slimes throwing endlessly axes, just constantly.
Well, not really endlessly. So what happens is, think of a chainsaw. The blade goes out and then it comes back, and then it goes out and then it comes back. So he's throwing these axes, these slimes turned into axes. They land and then they roll themselves back for consistent permafire.
Yes. Endlessly.
That's awesome.
Because they don't get tired. They don't get exhausted.
They can't stop. They won't stop. Persistence.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was always wondering, like, if what happens if a slime ate a dragon? Would you have a dragon slime?
Yeah.
Like, if they can evolve to that extent, like, I wonder if they can evolve into intelligence beyond what they're showing with him.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past.
It's one of those things. And then, of course, we had the side story of the Duke's daughter, always with the updates. That was kind of cute.
Yep.
With more updates, just basically being like, hey, don't forget about me. I'm not a main character, but I'm close. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was nice.
Oh, yeah. No, it was cute. It was adorable. I loved it. And if you really wanted to make money, I'm going to go back to this. If he really wanted to make money, he could totally make money, and in more ways than one, because there are some things like, I just have no way to mass produce this by myself. It's like, bro, you got thousands of slimes. The slimes can mass produce it for you.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have a copy slime, I'm sure. Oh, you like this kind of tea? Bet. Give this one slime nothing but that tea for days. Oh, you need fresh water? Okay, cool. I've got thousands over here just soaking up fresh water. Now I have fresh water for life.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's not a bad show. It's a cute show. It's adorable. It is.
Yeah. Just don't look for realism in it.
Yeah. For 100%. Yeah. Just don't look for realism in it.
Yeah. It was highly enjoyable. It was joyfully expected. They kept the exact same energy and emotion and lightheartedness that the show came with. Season 1, they maintained it all the way throughout, and it was a dang good show.
It was.
We've got a few things we could probably still talk about, but in all honesty, that would be going into spoiler territory to the point where you shouldn't. If we said it much more, I feel like we would just be ruining what could happen with the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I will say this: they continue on the trend from the first season, where in the first season they pointed out or made reference to specific things or viewpoints or basically anything that was brought in from season 1, from his world to that world.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: aside from all the positives, let's kind of touch on those negative points a little bit. Yeah, we can't not say anything negative about it, because there are a couple things that I did not like about the show.
Can I guess?
Sure.
I'm going to guess you're going to say something along the lines of, and you would be correct in saying this, lack of appropriate direction. Everything was just there. Everything, there was very little suspense. There was very little questionable motives. There was just, I'm going to do this. Why? Because I want to do this, and this is what I think, and everyone was too nice. Everyone was aiding him. Everyone was useful. He had no lemons. He had no troubles that he had to really overcome, and if he did so off screen.
Yes, 100%. Yes. Also, aside from the obvious, I just thought about this. Sorry. You have the other side characters, the other kids that are from the slums at the exact same time, also that I did not like. I found them to be annoying.
I can see that. I think one of them was a monkey boy, so yep. I think he was meant to be annoying. You had the gentle giant who was scared of his own shadow.
Yep. Like I get it, but how the monkey kid was, and I am. Let me look up his name, because it's gonna bug me. And that's also where the tools comes in to play as well, because of the Beastkin. Kuro, that's it, Kuro. He is all about telling Ryoma, like, hey, you're making me look bad, even though he's trying to do something good or positive for paying him back, or giving him a rash of, crap in general, even though he's trying to help him out. And then, like, towards the end, like, Ryoma's straight up like, hey, bro, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to do this for you and everything like that. Kid just like busts open the door, get out of my way, and just walks by like he owns the place.
Super skeptical. Yeah.
Boy,
super skeptical. Super.
Like
donkey kick to the chest.
Yes.
Know your place.
Yes.
Donkey kick to the chest with his like grown man strength. And keep in mind, this is after they see him spar with the guild, the guild leader of the adventuring guild.
Yes.
They're like, oh my goodness, I can't do that. Oh my goodness, he killed all those monsters for us. Oh my goodness, I'm going to kick him in the and he's going to get out of my way. No. You're lucky he's good natured, because if he wasn't, you wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Other than that, I got nothing else. I mean, like, those were just the two big bugaboos that I had that just kind of irked me. That's it. So yeah. On a scale of up to 10, sir, how would you rate this?
I think on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give this, honestly, I'd give it an 8. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It flowed really well from season 1. It flowed into season 2. Yes, unfortunately, I did have to rewatch season 1, but it's really not that unfortunate, to be perfectly honest. It was a good show. Something I would recommend to other people. It is something that I probably am going to be watching again on my own time. And yeah, for a very cookie cutter type of protagonist, like, there's real depth there. There's real, like, I'm not going to say raw emotion, because that ain't it. But we have a main character who has truly suffered at the hands of his previous life. And he's taking that experience and expanding on it in the best way possible. It does get kind of annoying that everyone seems to know who he is, and everyone, while knowing who he is still surprised he knows somebody else. Like, yeah. Oh, you know them? Of course I know them. What do you mean? Oh, well, okay, then you get special treatment now.
Yeah.
Oh, you know them? Of course I know them. Oh, you get this awesome, amazing back row or back seat view of how my business operates.
Yeah.
Oh, you know them? Oh, cool. Like,
yeah.
Cool. You know them, into almost every level of hierarchy there is. He schmoozed his way into a duke's house. He's in almost every guild available, and somehow it does not conflict with one another. He works with slimes that can do anything you can think of, and if you can't think of it, don't worry. He thought of a few others that are beside the point. Yeah, he's got free labor for life, essentially.
And he's not in every guild. He tried joining the Tamers Guild, but they didn't want him because he only had tamed a slime.
I thought that they did take him, but they considered him weak because of the slime.
No, they didn't take him because of the slime. He's not part of the Tamers Guild, if I remember correctly.
I thought he was.
You know what? You're right. He did join. I did double check. And I was like, I don't remember him joining, but yeah, no, he joined. He joined, but he never does anything with them. He is literally just there. That's the other thing. This Tamers Guild in this season starts making an appearance because there's an internal factional dispute in there.
Mm-hmm. Those that value research and those that don't.
That's right. Well, no, actually, it wasn't that, but you can watch it to figure that out.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. No, that's right. Okay. I apologize. My score is going to be 7.
7. Respectable. Not too bad. Mine's slightly higher. Again, I liked it more, but that's okay.
It's 7 because I found it to be a little too slow for my personal taste. It's season 1 already had a lot of the character growth, building, and everything like that. Season 2 just kind of built on that. I do know that there was a different writer between season 1 and season 2, so that could have something to do with it, that you had a different writer between season 1 and season 2, but I don't know. It's my personal conjecture on that. But it wasn't that bad. It aside from the couple of negative things that we had talked about, and the fact that it was a little too slow for me. It does give it a solid ending, and if there is a season 3 ever to come about, they obviously have the material and background for it, so that way they can get that done.
Exactly.
Next week, we are going to be talking about Aharen is Indecipherable, which was a recommendation by Jeb. Thank you again for the wonderful recommendation. We're just going to be talking about season 1. There are 2 seasons for this, but that's all the time that we have for today. If you feel like we did too much justice, not enough justice, got stuff right, wrong, or any point in between, feel free to reach out to us, let us know. You can reach out to us. All the contact information and everything like that is available on our website at featuredanimepodcast.com. And of course, you can join us in Discord as well and talk to us there. And until next time, I'm Jack.
I'm Rick, and we'll see you next time.